And I was looking through your games before, and I was looking at your builds. I don't like getting. Yeah, let me share my screen. Right. So this was the main one that I saw that was kind of like, I don't like how you built it. You went for the energy booster first, which is very rarely correct. So I'd have to watch the replay to say if that was for sure right or wrong. But it was most likely wrong. Yeah, looking at your kills right now, the only time that I'd say it's correct is if you just got like 2 or 3 kills and you were at 300 gold before, and you're about to get enough gold for this, and you're at a high mana pool, so that when you get the 250 more mana, if you're at like 90% mana and you buy one of these, you're gonna get 90% of the 250 mana as like an instant thing. So it's like very rarely do you want to go this first.
I was trying to go for the mana boots first. So
well, the mana boots is fine, and it's really good on this guy because you need the mana pool. It's just the energy booster doesn't really do nearly as much as the boots do, and they're more than twice the cost. So,
but I needed that to make the mana boots.
Yeah, but you should get them. You should get the regular boots first because they provide a lot more for less gold. At least in like 99% of the situations, that is. And then I don't mind the urn because they have a Bloodseeker, and this will keep you topped off, and of course the mana regen's nice. And then I don't mind the Ags too much. I think I would have rather seen you go Blink here, because you already have a ton of tower damage with all of these guys, especially like these two do enough tower damage. This guy with a Desolator and this guy just being an AM. You don't really need to upgrade your ult that badly. Like, it's still good, it's just I'd rather see you get lockdown so you can kill people and then push. So I think Blink Dagger was the build here after your mana boots, and then you go back for the mech at 46 minutes. And mech is one of those items that if you don't get it early, it's usually not worth getting. Because if you think about how much 250 health does at 46 minutes in the game, as opposed to at like 15 or 18 minutes in the game, it's like a huge difference. Like if you get it sub 20 minutes, most people have like around 1,000 health. But if you get it at 40 whatever minutes, most people have 2,000 to 3,000 health at that point. So it doesn't do nearly as much. So the flat heal doesn't scale as well. Like if you got a Blink Dagger instead, blinking and disabling somebody is always really good, whereas mech's only really good early on. Do you have any questions about all that?
Which one was that one? Was that my last of the shadow? Is that what it was?
It was, I think it was this one. It was like your 4th most recent or 3rd most recent.
Okay.
Does all of that make sense?
Yes, it does. Right. I think towards the end of the game, I was trying to think of ways I can support better the team. That's why I went to the max to say, hey, if I can get at least a little bit extra health to avoid death, maybe that could help. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of like the thought is right, but there are better options. Like, you can prevent more damage to your team by just having a Blink Dagger. Because, like, blinking in allows you to, like, sheep and then shackle someone. Like, consistently, if you position correctly. And, they only have 2 ways to stop you from doing that. Which is, kind of 3. This guy's
Yeah, the
silence.
Oracle's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, this guy's silence. This guy's duel, and then this guy's ult. I think can stop your shackles. But those are like pretty huge commitments. At least the duel. The duel's like meh. But this guy's ult for shackle is like pretty decent. And his ult doesn't take off sheep anymore. Actually, do you wanna? We could look at this one real quick, and then I could point out some stuff where it's like if you had blink, it'd be much better than mech.
Okay. Yeah, one thing I noticed a lot in this game is just like people are not paying attention. I got somebody shackled, and they just one. I mean, I'm like right next to that. I'm like, I got somebody shackled, man. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna happen on the enemy team too, though. Like, you're probably gonna shackle one of the enemies, and then their team's not gonna save them. When they very well could. So, I'm gonna skip to towards the end. Player perspective. Okay, you have your mech here, so this is fine. Let me slow it down a little bit. Like right now, or where are you?
Where am I? There I am.
So like here, if you had a blink dagger, and you saw this sniper, and you started like running up here a little bit instead of down, they split up, and like right now, you could be going on this guy, and he would die. Do you agree with that? If you shackled this guy right now, he would just die.
If the rest of the team would jump in, yeah, sure.
Well, this is an 8-second disable, so you can like sheep.
I did upgrade to
yeah.
That one.
So like right now, this guy's fucking dead. If you have a blink dagger, but you have a mech instead.
Hey, hold on, my screen is acting up. Hold on. Your screen looks weird. I got a bunch of blue lines.
Here, I'll unshare and then reshare. I'll see if does that help at all?
Yeah, it does.
Alright. Let me know if that happens again. But yeah, like the sniper would be dead right now, and you'd be able to end the game. Because they can't defend high ground with 3 against 5.
I am playing up very, very defensively because I'm like.
Well, there, you use your mech, and it's like, this guy has almost 3,000 health. This guy, he only has like 2,000. But like, everyone has so much health that this is doing like 15% heal or 10% heal. Whereas a blink dagger, like, if you had a blink right now, you could just kill her. Like, it doesn't matter too much at this point, but it's like, does this make sense, kinda? There aren't too many great examples.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think my only concern is the fact that people are not paying attention and me jumping in there for a shackle, and then I'm shackling somebody, and they don't even pay attention coming towards me. Does it make sense?
Well, how do I put it? It's kind of like you just have to know when to go in. Like, there's definitely wrong times to go in. But there's also definitely times where you can just kill somebody and end the game with it. Like that sniper kill, you guys would have, you guys won the game anyways, but that sniper kill would have, like, helped a lot, if you guys were, like, not doing as well. Was there a replay that you wanted to go over? That I can download while I talk about this?
You noticed I had a lot of wins for the shadowshaman.
Yeah.
Um,
We could go over the most recent one if you want to, because that's fresh.
Sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure we made a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah, I'm probably only going to focus more on the earlier game. And also, to the point of mech, there's other defensive items if you want to be helpful. Like, of course, the Blink Dagger one is the one that I pointed out. Because you guys didn't really have any immediate catch except for your Wraith King blinking on somebody and stunning them, but that's like meh. So the other items that are in the bracket of like the cost would be something like a Drums, a Force Staff, Aether Lens, and a Glimmer Cape. And the thing with these three are the main ones: Force Staff, Aether Lens, and Glimmer Cape. But these don't fall off at all. Like, a 600 unit range push is basically as good at 0 minutes as it is at 200 minutes, right? Like, that doesn't fall off too much. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
And then Glimmer Cape is kind of the same in that the invisibility is, like, really good. It's a little bit weird with it gets better and then it like has weird times where it's good because like like if it's like 300 minutes or if everyone's 6 slotted, nobody wants to like sell their like heart to get dust or a gem for detection. But this like it gives you the target magic resistance and it makes it so that target is unkillable unless somebody on the enemy team has dust and is within range of the target. So usually like 2 or 3 heroes on the enemy team like can get dust, and the lower you go, the less of those 2 or 3 heroes will actually get dust. So maybe 1 or 2 people have dust, and if either of those guys aren't there, your Glimmer Cape just lets you walk away, and the enemy team doesn't see where you are at all. And then Aether Lens, it just like helps you sit farther back and do things. But basically, all of these are kind of like just good throughout the entire game. Whereas Mech, because it's a flat value, it falls off over time.
Okay.
Does that all make sense?
Yes, it does.
Right. So we can go into this and see how this goes.
I think early game it was pretty straightforward, just that Legion Commander got fed and then it was hard.
You should have another ward. You should have bought one more of these and gave it to somebody else. That's usually what happens. As a position 5, you buy the courier and 2 wards, and then you buy a set of tangos and a clarity. And then in higher games, your mid will skip tangos, and you'll have to give them 2 of them. So that's just like when you go up, expect to run into that eventually. I like that ward. Does that, I don't know if that does.
We can
Okay.
see the...
Well, you can put it right
the
here,
rules.
and it blocks the hard camp too.
Okay. He paused. That was.
Nice, nice.
I will get killed pretty fast here. They run away for now, but I know we get killed pretty fast here. And he comes back. I think when we get him. Do we? I know we get killed pretty fast early in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, you guys do a ton of damage. So that's all fine, but I think you need to, or I want to point out that you're not using your quick buy at all. Have I gone over that with you?
Every single time.
Yeah. This is something, like, I need to, I'm gonna make a video about this, and I'm gonna have all of my students watch this. And I'm gonna make a little series of, like, you have to watch this before I'm gonna coach you, because every single student, I have to tell them over and over and over to use their quick buy, because it's just so good. Like, right now, you should be getting your boots from the side shop.
You'll see, I'll put the quick buy. As soon as I'm ready to buy the first item.
Yeah,
just don't forget about it.
That's not how it works, dude. You're supposed to do it in the first, the minute and a half before the game starts. And that's actually huge for improving. Like, when you start doing that, not only will you be playing better, but you'll be thinking about what's going to happen, and then you're going to predict what happens, and then when that doesn't happen, you'll be like, oh, why did I think this and why did it not happen? And then you can, like, learn from there. But if you don't do it, you won't learn from it.
Okay. I was chasing him to give him a tango. He kept running away.
See, this is actually one of those situations where I wouldn't mind you getting the energy booster. Kind of. But a lot of it is this guy's being stupid. Like, the boots will allow you to catch this guy out better. But because this guy's, like, running up to you and letting you cast your spells on him, you don't really need the movement speed too much. And you don't want to max this out first. I think 2 points in it might be fine, but I wouldn't max this first. Because it's, how do I put it? This scales just as well for the duration per point. So it goes up 0.75 every level for this, and it goes up 0.75 every level for this, but this one is dependent on you not getting disabled at any point during it for it to work. Which means sometimes the difference between level 1 and level 4 is only you do a little bit more damage because you get a second off of it. You do a second of it and then you get disabled. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you're getting disabled 1 second into it, it doesn't really matter if it's 1 or 4. But with this, the difference between 1 and 4 is literally you get 3 times the disable, no matter what. Right now, you guys need to go get the shrine. The shrines activate every 5 minutes, or at 5 minutes. So you guys can go pop that, be full health and mana, and then kill these guys. And you should be getting your mana boots right now and using it. The longer you wait,
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, it's just like you could have got it like now. And then let's see when you actually get it. Yeah, you get it and you use it like 15 seconds later. So this would have been at like 35 seconds cooldown right now.
Okay.
So it's just a slight efficiency. I like that you're going for the bounty runes here. I don't know. Yeah, I think you guys are being scared because your Skywrath is low health, but like if you guys shrined, you wouldn't have to be. And here,
I made a mistake right there.
Yeah.
Like I moved after I shackle.
Well, all of this is a mistake. Your first sheep is fine, but he's already stunned and silenced. So
Overkill.
yeah, you want to wait until the stun is almost out before you stun. Because like he would probably be disabled until like right now as opposed to running away. Hopefully it costs you this kill so that damn it. I like it when people mess up and then they get punished for it, because then it's more obviously wrong.
I mean, I know I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake over there big time. I know that Wind Ranger was making all mistakes with that. I would have somebody shackled, and he goes in and does a shackle. I'm like, what are you shackling for?
Yeah. And yeah, all of the, like, you guys have a shrine. Like, you guys need to be using this. And you can communicate that, and very often, like, they'll just go with you.
I'm missing.
Yeah. Nice. You should definitely drop your wards on this tower. I hope you do. Yeah, there you go. A little thing to do here, though, is if you drop it, like, here, oftentimes people can TP in here, and you won't know about it until they're already there. But if you have your snakes there, it'll do all that it's doing right here, but it'll also provide vision of if anyone's TPing in.
Okay. Actually, I got a question since we're here.
Sure.
This is probably the newest question. Okay, so the tire's on you. Yeah, somebody says click on a creep to get the tire off you, and I've tried to do that, or like try to deny something, and it doesn't move away from me. Is it? Am I saying it right?
I understand what you're saying. So this is at 9:23. I can go into a lobby and show you kind of how that works. Let's do this guy. So what you're talking about is this. It'll aggro you, and then you right click your creep, and then it resets to it. Is that what you're talking about?
That's what you're gonna right click the creep. Just right click it, or
yeah, you want to stop attacking it also. So if you want to attack the tower after these guys die, it'll aggro onto me, I think. Yeah, because I'm the closest, it'll aggro to me, and then I can right-click the range creep, and then it'll go on to... it basically resets its priority. So there's a whole algorithm of... or there's a whole list of tower aggro.
Just right-click, not a right-click, just right-click.
Yeah, I think so. it's second nature for me, so it's hard to.
I mean, it's not so stupid. Like I'm like.
No, it's not stupid at all. This is the least self-explanatory thing in the game. So yeah, you just right-click them. But I also have, I don't know if that's right, because I have this option on, so it's basically like I'm A-clicking them all of the time. So it could be wrong.
Oh, I should do that.
Yeah, that's super nice, because like right now I can deny this range creep without A-clicking it. I just right-click it like I would any other creep.
Yeah, definitely I like that. I definitely like that. Give me a second.
It's,
right-click there you go. Got it.
Yeah. I'm looking for the list. But it's kind of like, the priority is something like, it goes for the closest thing that's attacking the tower. Shit. It's really hard to, I've never tried to like word it before. I just like read it and then it's like makes sense. But yeah, so if you're not attacking it and then you right click one of your creeps, it'll aggro onto your creeps. And it aggroes onto the creep that's closest to the tower.
Okay.
But if there's no creeps, or I think you can sometimes time it where you can right click it and then right click the tower real quick and it'll still stay on you because of like, I think the tower tries to finish its attack. So if I right click this axe, the creeps are going to take a second to go on me because they want to finish their attack. You see that? Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So I right click this and then all of the creeps like slowly aggro onto me because they want to finish their attack on this guy. And I think the towers have a little bit of something like that. So oftentimes if you run into a problem, it can be that. So usually you just want to, actually let me, you want to stop attacking it for a little bit and then see that it's picked a new target and then you can go back to attacking it. And then also you want to, when another small thing is, when this last melee creep's gonna die, like I can be attacking this tower the whole time, and then when this guy's about to die, I want to stop attacking it, because if I don't, I'm gonna not stop attacking it here, and the tower's gonna aggro onto me. But if I do stop attacking it, it'll aggro onto the range creep, because it prioritizes the things that are attacking the tower before, so it's kind of like, I think it's something like, it's a list of, what the fuck is it? I wish I could find it.
No, it makes sense. So it goes by whoever priority, whoever's doing the damage and closest to them.
Yeah. Here it says, okay, here, this helps. I'll send this to you. Where are you? So it says, if you go down to it and then you go to under tower priority and that link that I sent you, did I send that to you? Yeah. And then you go like down like 3 or 4 lines. It says the list, and then it goes through its priority.
I think everything froze on me, man.
Are you on the web page that I sent you?
Yep.
Alright. So it says closest enemy hero attacking a friendly hero with auto attacks. And then so it goes its priority is, are there people attacking friendly heroes around me? Are there people attacking me? And then are there people attacking friendly units? And then creeps, or what is it? It's, yeah. So, but back to this example, if I'm attacking this tower when this guy dies,
Hey, I'm sorry. Hold on, man. It's like everything is frozen on me.
No, you're good. Do you want me to close the call and start it again?
uh, Give me a second. Start to respond. Give me a second. Looks like it's starting to respond now. Just... Okay, I'm good.
Alright. So yeah, with this, if I'm attacking the tower when this creep dies, I'll have that grow because I'm the closest thing to this tower that's attacking it, and there's nobody attacking like heroes or anything around it. So I'm the next on the list. But if I like turn away and I stop attacking it, then this guy is the closest attacking the tower, even though I'm the closest to the tower. So does that help? Is that what you're kind of looking for?
Yes, I mean, something like that just makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and then I just right-click this guy, and it'll fall off me. And then we're at 9.
I mean, that's a huge difference. I mean, it could probably save me a kill, maybe, by
Yeah.
power.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful.
I mean, it's what, 1,000 hours in the game, and I just learned how to do it properly.
I mean, there's so much shit in Dota that's not, like, obvious, and you have to be told what it is. And, like, I can't even put into words exactly how it works, and I have, like, 7,000 hours played. Almost 8. So it's, like... That's just, like, how Dota is. Alright, so this is where we were.
Yeah. And here I am saying, don't leave me alone. That's what I told the team. What are you guys doing? And then here I am again. I'm like, come on.
I would definitely stay top here and drop your wards. Because, like, right here, you're, if you waited 10 seconds to do this, you would be able to get this tower by dropping your wards here. And here, you can, like, defend it, but they're not going to take this. So just waiting, like, 5 or 10 seconds, you would guarantee that you get this and be able to protect this, as opposed to just protecting this. So that's a big thing with this guy, is trying to use your wards as often as you can to do stuff that matters.
I've saved them so many times. Oh, I think I made a mistake here. I think that it paused it, and if you notice, got my shackle coming.
Yeah.
I was trying to change it, and I got left late.
Well, this is kind of like... So imagine if you dropped your wards on this tower. They would have been at this tower right now, instead of you using your wards here and, like, not actually accomplishing anything.
I got a kill, man. Come on.
Well, you got a kill not because of your wards. Did you? Actually, you might have got the warlock.
Yes.
You got the
Yeah,
warlock, but, like, this does. It's a small accomplishment, but I'd rather just have this tower, right?
True, yeah.
Yeah. And then it'd also be... You would have used it sooner, so it'd be like 70 seconds cooldown right now instead of 110 or 105.
Yeah. Yeah, the warlock. They changed the warlock, I guess, the ulti, because it does a shitload of damage when it lands on you.
It doesn't do any damage on impact. I don't think.
Does it slow or anything like that?
It stuns you for like a second, and then the golem spawns on you. You might have got like hooked or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, they were on top of me all the time.
Yeah.
For sure. Big at me.
And then here, I think this is kind of overkill, maybe.
It was, but
Yeah.
I was tired of waiting for it.
Ah, I gotcha.
I was like, let's just freaking do this.
And here,
It was bad over there.
you should have hexed him and then ran out of range of him and then shackled, because this whole time you're gonna be taking rot damage. And this is another example of, you should have had your hex maxed instead of your shackles. Because, like, you don't get the full duration of your shackles off, so it might as well have been 1 point of shackles there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna claim it was an also perfectly timed game. It was a tough game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm here for, though, to point out the mistakes so that you can learn from them better. The fuck? Yeah, I was just not there.
No, if you noticed, he's DC'd.
Oh, gotcha.
I think he DC'd there and then never came back.
But yeah, like, it's about 5 minutes since you should have taken the top tower, and you guys still don't have it.
True.
And that's really one of the main things with this guy is using your ult, like, as often as you can on towers.
And you see, that's what I'm saying right there. Like, I was getting hammered. You see that?
Yeah.
I mean, the health just fell on me.
Here, I think you should try to shrine with your Skywrath. Because, like, it's not too bad that you're low health, it's that you're low health versus a Bloodseeker. He's AFK and he's level 4, so it doesn't actually matter, never mind.
And he wasn't in game at all. He never came back, man. And that was bad luck. I mean, he was hiding and I went to put a ward.
Well, that kind of gave away that they have a ward, I think. Yeah. Because this guy,
No, yeah.
he was, like, right here. And then right when you came up, he healed himself and ran over to duel you. So I'm sure this guy has a ward right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So I'd buy a sentry, like, right now. And then deward it when you respawn. Because if you don't, and the enemy team is any good, they're gonna kill your ward. Which means you wasted the 80 gold to put it up, you're down a ward, they get 100 experience. Lol, it timed out, so you would have not got anything if you did that.
And I got to do that so many times. I gotta
Yeah.
stop doing that.
There's
Like, you move.
There's a setting that's... Where is it? This setting right here. You have to press your stop command or your hold command key to cancel your TPs. And I found that very helpful. Because that allows you to just, like, do stuff right out of TPing. Like, you can just... Like, if you're right here, and you're TPing, like, here to save, like, your teammate that's over here, you can TP here and then cast Hex on a guy, and right when you land, you'll Hex him. Instead of, if you don't have that, you'll just cancel your TP and try and walk over and Hex him. It takes a little getting used to, but I like it.
Okay. I think we were waiting to see if they're gonna come up. I don't think they ever came. Yeah.
Well, this is just kind of like, you guys should be bottom right now. But this is like a overall team thing. Where like, if you guys stay top and you get a kill here, which is like, you're committing a lot of people up here for a long time to get kills on supports. Whereas, and like if it does work, you'll get this tower, but you'd much rather be over here, protect this tower, push out this shit, and then get this tower instead. Because this tower is a lot more important than this tower. And you don't have anything that you're protecting right here, because it's already down.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, alright, fuck this. This is taking too long. I'm going bottom.
Oh yeah, this is where I yelled at Medusa. Why the hell you do that for? He shot the Pudge, basically telling him, we have a ward there.
Gotcha.
And not too long afterwards, got awarded. Trying to think what I was doing. Okay, I was warding, saving for my life, telling Legion was right there. Yeah, I think we messed up over here.
Well, that kind of tells me that they have a ward, because he reacted really quickly. Like, he should have only seen you... Yeah, they definitely have a ward, because the only reason you saw him was because of your ward. So,
yeah.
I'd be like, alright, they probably have a ward.
There it is.
They have it right there. But I would put a sentry, like, probably right here, because he could have a ward here, he could have one over here, or he could have one over here.
There were so many close calls with the Pudge, it was funny as hell. I mean, literally, like, everybody by a hairpin, they missed it. Yeah, I remember this. I was telling them, just be careful, because they're right there. I think I'm gonna die soon, if I remember right. Yeah. There's the Pudge killing me. I wasn't even looking at him. I think I got so focused on the Legion, that's why I was not paying attention to the Pudge, because look at that.
Yeah.
Hex.
Well, this is, like, you should have dropped your wards here. Because this is, like, a full-out fight, and they're committed to it being right here. So, like, if I were you, I would have dropped wards, like, right here. So if they tried to run away, they'd be running away through the wards. And you'd be doing a ton of damage. Like, you have this guy locked down for, like, 5 seconds, but he has nobody's doing any damage to him. But if you had your serpent wards down, you might have got a kill on him.
Yeah. I think it's, I guess, what's the right word to say? I freaked out, I guess, because I was so focused on locking down Legion Commander.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah. I mean, I still Legion, and that's his, like, my number one guy to lock down. Same thing with PL. PL, I tend to get the Shadow Blade and just hop on him and shackle him. And then everybody does that. And I died again, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got the kill. But yeah, I think it's important that you lock down the LC. So that's, like, I'd rather get a Blink Dagger than an Ags to do that. Because right now, what does your team have for, like, catch? Like, how do you catch the enemy team?
It was the Wind Ranger.
Well, she doesn't have that great of a catch. She has to land a shackle, and it's not that long of a range. It's like,
yeah, I mean,
here.
It was that and me, really.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Um, basically, that's not enough unless you have a blink dagger. So, like, if you have a blink dagger, like right now, your range of catch is like here, right? It's just the range of your cast spells. But if you have a blink dagger and there's somebody right here, you can blink and get them. So it makes your ability to catch somebody and kill them much greater. And you don't have somebody like a Spirit Breaker or a Pudge or something like that to like start the fights. You don't have a really good team fight starter or like a Clockwork or a Disruptor or a Kunkka, something that catches them out. You don't really have that too well, unless you have a Blink Dagger. But you do have a ton of tower damage between these three heroes. These three heroes. So you don't really need extra from your wards. You'd rather... It's more effective for you to get a kill and then push with the heroes that you have than not get a kill and push with your Ags. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I die again here. I tried to save my team. I think I was trying to save Medusa from a duel.
Gotcha.
Which at the end didn't matter. I can't remember, did I get dueled or not? I don't know.
But yeah, the main thing that I want to point out is you're not using your wards off cooldown, and that's something that I pointed out before, but like, if I was the Shadow Shaman in this game, we would have probably already went high ground, because I'd be trying to use this off cooldown on towers.
Yeah, but I can't just put them there if there are no creeps, correct?
Yeah, that's the main reason people max this first usually. It's so you can push out the wave with this, because it like does 320 damage to all of the creeps. So you can push by yourself, and then you can drop wards and take a tower by yourself. And Blink is also really good for that, because if anyone shows up and they don't instantly lock you down, you can just blink away.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I think this game it took forever for me to get my scepter. That's what I was trying to do. I was buying a lot of wards.
Well, right now you would have had the gold for the Blink Dagger. And that's another thing with using your wards to take towers, is you get, like, right now, when did you get your... You got your... Where
I got it late. I mean, I think maybe 40 minutes.
I mean, you're level 6. You got your level 6 at 8 minutes and 40 seconds. And if you play it correctly, it's like every 3... I'd say on average, every 3 minutes you can get a tower with your ult. So, at most, it should have taken you, like 18 minutes from the time that you get, level 6 to take all the towers. So that would be like 7 minutes ago, you should have had all these tier 3s down, or tier 2s down. And then 7 minutes ago, you would have had all of the bonus gold from all of these towers. And then you can ward aggressively, and then they're stuck in their base. And then you can farm while your team's pushing out lanes, waiting for your ult, or you guys can go take Roche or whatever.
I think we're having a hard time. Well, two things I think it was happening to the game. One was we were freaking out on the Legion Commander with the Shadow Blade.
Well, I mean, if you go as 5 or group up or whatever, you don't really have to worry about him too much. Especially if you're the one that doesn't get dueled, you're not really worried about his duel, because you can just disable him. So like,
he was dueling me.
Yeah.
Was like, he wanted to duel me first.
But like, he didn't have his Shadow Blade until the time that you should have had all of his towers down. Like, you would have had him around whatever time. And he's still spooky with his blink and blade mail, but he also would have had less farm at this point if you took his towers, because he wouldn't be as safe to go out as far.
Okay. I mean, we were playing defensively a lot, I think. Because we're really... I want to say we were scared, to be honest. Oh, this is me. I was telling him, don't go outside, stay high ground. Don't go outside, stay high ground. And what did they do? I think they go outside. Yeah, there you go. Like, I just told you they're right there.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a lot of, like, I'm gonna say it again because it's really important. The most important things that I see that are wrong with your play as the Shadow Shaman is you're not using your, like, you should be playing around your ult and around having, like, you want to be at a tower when your ult is coming off of cooldown and then drop it and try and get the tower and then, like, back off and wait for your ult again and then push another tower and drop your ult and then back off and do it again, and you'll have a lot more gold because you'll be pushing out more waves and you'll get more towers and all that. And then, like, they'll have less gold because they'll be, instead of feeling safe in this little cone, they'll only feel safe, like, in their base, and they'll get a ton less farm. And then from there, you just get Roche, and then you go high ground.
I mean, I know we had a lot of hard time in going to a tower, by having creeps on the tower.
Well, that's what having your Q max does. It allows you to push out waves, like, almost instantly. Like, I think you guys could have won the game by now if you played around your wards. You would have all of these down at, like, 25 to 30 minutes, and then you would get Roche. And then you would push high ground with your Huskar, and he'd, like, go do some stupid shit, and they'd all get distracted by him. And you'll have wards hitting this tower, and then he'll respawn, and then you'll have wards hitting the racks. And then from there, you either get the racks or you don't, and then you take their shrines, and then you come back if you didn't kill them, and you put wards down again. Or if you did take them, you just go to another lane and do the same shit, and then you do it here, and then you just end the game. So, like, right now, you guys should have ended the game. Does all of that make sense?
Yes.
And that's something, like, if you do that, you're gonna, like, win all of your games much faster and much longer. Like, what you're doing right now is working, but it's like, you're gonna get, like, 500 more MMR, and then it's not gonna work anymore.
I get it. Okay. Okay.
And then, of course, the quick buy. You definitely need to be using that at the start of the game. I think Blink Dagger would have been much better than Ags here. Because the lockdown's so important on, like, key heroes. And you already have enough damage.
Okay.
That you don't, like, it's more of a luxury item. Like, it's a good item, it's just Blink would have been better. But yeah, I think that's, I want to go back and look at all of your builds for all of your replays.
It's pretty much, I think,
huh?
pretty close. Pretty much the same, I think.
Well, I can look at who's on the other team and what I would have done differently. Because your build shouldn't always just be mana boots, blink, Ags. And you tend to be doing this a lot, but I don't like it. And it's just, where's, one sec. So you'll probably be like level 5 when you get it. And all it does is, let's say you're at, you cast that once. Wait. So you're at this much mana, and then you buy this, and you go from 240 to 370. So you get 130 mana from this, but that's all you get from it. Does that make sense? That this doesn't actually do anything except for the burst amount of mana that you get when you pick it up.
Yes.
Whereas if you have the boots, the brown boots, it's less than half the cost, and you'll get in range for your shackles, and then you can kill them. Or they'll run at you, and you'll be able to escape because you have your boots. So it's usually a much better investment, unless you just got like a triple kill, and you were at like 300 gold anyways. So you just get the point booster, which like you wouldn't be at close to full mana if you just got 3 kills. So it's like, I'd say 1 out of 1,000 games you want to go energy booster first.
Okay.
Alright,
I mean, I think some games I've done that, but not.
Yeah, it's just the boots provide so much more in terms of kill potential and survivability for less than half the cost. Whereas this will let you cast 1 more spell in lane for 900 gold. But then when they get together, that's good because you start getting mana regeneration from it. This game, I like the urn because it will stop these two from blinking. But again, this is another situation where you have the tower damage. You just need to be able to like stop this guy's ult, maybe stop this guy's ult, depending, and like keep your team alive. So I think blink would have been better as the first pickup after your mana boots and urn. I like the wand because this guy's going to be casting a lot of spells. This guy also will be casting a lot of spells, and this guy's a decent amount of spells. So you're going to get a lot of charges. And then the Greaves, I don't really like them because they don't purge anything off, really, except for this guy's Malefice, which he won't be casting on you a lot. And usually if you're getting Greaves, and it's not a first item, even when it is a first item, it's usually about the purge more than it is anything else. So like if they have a silencer on the enemy team, this can be like a lot better of a pickup because then you're not just silenced for like 7 or 8 seconds. So yeah, I think probably a Blink Dagger and a Glimmer Cape, and then Ags after that maybe, this game. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that one?
No, it makes sense. It's just I think it's I've been trying to figure out what else to get. That's why we've been going to for Greaves. So well, I guess I can support doing that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think that's just kind of like you need to expand your support item pool. And like these 3 are like the main support items, I guess, aside from Blink Dagger and like Mana Boots. And they just like stand up a lot longer than Mech does, because Mech is just a flat amount. Yeah, so you definitely want Mana Boots first, so keep doing that, because you don't have the mana pool to not have Mana Boots. So I'm fine with the Mana Boots. It's just like Mech isn't an item you want on this guy, and you're going it way too much. This game.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's like I've been trying to figure out what to really go for. That's why.
I got you. And that's just kind of like there's so many items in Dota, and like, it's easier to do when you have like a lot of hours played, so you know what like core items are on heroes and stuff. This game you have enough lockdown with the he's not going. He's carry, I guess. I don't know. This is weird. I think I would get Blink this game because this guy's super slippery, and so is this guy. When all of you guys are low, this guy gets super fucking fast. So Blink Dagger and Sheep on this guy and Blink Dagger and Shackles on this guy is really good. And again, you have tower damage between these two guys, so you're not too worried about your ult. This is another game.
I think that's the thing. It's like my build has been pretty standard.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think that's pretty much good for now, because it looks like that's going to be the same thing over and over.
Yeah, I mean, if you look through it, it's pretty much the same thing over again.
So I want to let me go into something real quick. So you definitely want to get this first and then upgrade to this, because you need the mana pool that this provides. And then from there, like, Blink is, I'd say Blink almost might be like what you should always get next. I liked your Urn pickup in the Bloodseeker game because you needed the health regen, but I think going back for it on this guy after Mana Boots might not be the greatest. Because like you can do so much with a Blink Dagger in some levels. Because you can instantly lock somebody down for 8.5 seconds. Or you can just like not lock them down because you were too slow. So I would say probably try doing this every game. Unless there's a Bloodseeker, then you can get Urn, because the life regen's really good against him. And the mana regen's really good. And then from here, I would say I'm going to tell you to try and get one of these 3 items after. And then we can do a session and discuss if you picked up the right one or not. And this will be just kind of like a learning experiment, because I want you to get out of the standardization of just getting Ags all the time. And this will teach you more about, like, these are mainly the defensive items, or the support items, mostly these 4. And with Shadow Shaman, he's a hero that you're comfortable with, right? Like,
yeah, it's fine, because I can push with him and help the team.
Yeah. So if you keep your Shadow Shaman as your standard variable, or whatever your constant, and then you use these as your variables, you can more feel what would be the correct item to get in the game. As opposed to, if you just get Ags all the time, you're not going to improve. And then Blink's good because a lot of the times you're going to blink in, like, horribly. And then we can look at that and I can, like, point out why. Like, oh, he had a guy hiding behind here, so you probably didn't want to blink in. And, like, the telltale signs that somebody's, like, over here or something. But aside from that, it also, like, the pick-off potential with this guy with Blink is very good. And a lot of times people are out of position. Like, his team could be, like, all the way back over here, and you guys could all be right here. And then you run at him, and he just runs away. But with Blink Dagger, you can catch up to him and kill him before his team gets there. So I'd say, yeah, get Mana Boots, and then Urn if they have a Bloodseeker, and nobody else has it. And then Blink Dagger, and then one of these 3 items. And then you can go Ags if you want to, and kind of like build whatever you want from there, and then we can come back and talk about it. So I think that's good for this session. Do you have any final questions?
No, I mean, you pretty much sum it up. I mean, I feel comfortable with him. I could do kind of 2 things at one time.
Yeah.
I do think I need to buy more lessons. I know you sent me a coupon code.
Yeah.
But it's not on my history anymore. On my history chat.
Yeah, I can send it to you again. It ends on the 1st though.
No, I'll probably have to buy them the next.